Good morning, everybody. Good day, or whatever time zone you happen to be in right now. Today is Friday, April 21st, 2023. Reminder that everything is for entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimers down in the box with the other information, like where to find me on Twitter, my email, tip jar, yarn fund, whatever is also in there. And I do want to remind you that tomorrow is the 4th Saturday of the month, so I will be doing a live chat at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to come on and ask some questions, you're more than welcome to. And I will put a reminder link up tomorrow morning. Okay. Yesterday I had an appointment that took the majority of the day, so I don't have too much for this morning. While I was waiting for my appointment, I had an interesting conversation with this guy, and while he approves of people being able to go out to hunt, but he thinks that only maximum use is a 12 gauge shotgun. I'm sorry, but in certain sections of the United States, if you have to take down a very large wild boar, you need more than a 22 or 38 caliber handgun or a 12 gauge shotgun. You need something that's going to take down, because if you see a wild boar that's between 300 and 500 pounds come running to you, you need something super heavy to take them out. Otherwise, you're going to end up in serious trouble. You'll end up in the ER. So I'm like, dude, hey. And then he went on about people who drove in the wrong driveway, and I'm like, hey, those people are from a generation where they rely on GPS. They rely on their phones for everything. So the one kid, he probably just said, oh, turn here in this driveway, but he didn't check the right addresses. So I think that's how he mistaken the wrong house. Went to the wrong house because he wasn't paying attention to the actual street numbers. He was relying on an electronic device. And those other girls, same thing. They were like, got lost because they're out of GPS range, cell phone range. I'm like, sweeties, if you're heading out into a rural area, get a map and learn north, south, east, and west. So I'm not blaming the people whose property that they trespassed on. I think the drivers are more, what's a good way to say it? They are geographical illiterate to the roads and how to get around where they live in, the streets and back roads and highways. In order to get a driver's license in this day and age, part of it should be on the road. No GPS device allowed in the car. They're given an address and a road map. And if they can't find the destination, they're going to fail the driving test because they don't know how to navigate. They're relying on a computer, and they're stupid. They can't find their way around any place. They can't find their way out of a paper bag. So that's my opinion on that. What else? Okay, the land of wine and cheese. Their elected leader, Mr. Macaroni, he's now getting. Somebody had good aim. They really got him with an egg. But what they're kind of keeping quiet is that now he's in bed with the Big Red Sea, and should anything happen, he is going to side with the Big Red Sea against us here in America. So maybe we should start boycotting products that have come from the Big Red Sea. Kind of tank their economy so they don't have the financial resources to contribute to his coalition with the Big Red Sea. Okay. Yeah, I kind of watched on I was up super early, so I caught a lot. I was listening to Sky News UK, and I guess there's the big new scandal is that, okay, Rishi Sunak is the second Prime Minister of KC3's reign. Well, I guess today is the second member of his cabinet that had to resign. I guess this guy Dominic R. Had to resign today because it's been proven that the guy is nothing but a bully. Maybe they should start pulling out the reports on another bully that was in there. So, not good. I'd say within a few months, Rishi may have to resign, and then KC3 will have 3 prime ministers within his first year of being king. I guess that's kind of a record. The blue and yellow country, flag country, is now their application to join NATO is almost approved. If that happens, NATO should just be called the Axis powers. Yeah, that's what's going down. Now, something else I caught, which some people may not realize, but goes back to how the kids in high school and college are being manipulated. I guess there's this new thing called Chat GPT. From what I can figure out, it's a software program that will basically write a term paper. Kids in America aren't learning anything. All they know how to do is punch in a couple keywords into a computer and everything's generated for them. So parents, guardians need to crack down on these teachers and have them start teaching. Really start teaching. Not just accepting everything that's being generated out of the computer. The kids aren't learning. All they know is how to punch in stuff. Punch in a keyword and hit print. I bet half of them don't. I'd say 90% don't even read what they're printing out. They're just handing it into the teacher. And they're doing what the computer tells them to do. And that's the state of affairs that's going on in America right now. Sorry, I'm just going through a little bit of I had another procedure yesterday, so I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable. Now, somebody said, a few places are saying, oh yeah, we saw Henry. Henry popped up, but it was a Zoom call where he stumbled through a greeting in German. Pretty poorly, I heard it. And then he did the rest of the speech, and this was supposed to be a promo event for the Invictus Games. Well, that Zoom call could have come out from anywhere. He was against a blank wall with a potted plant. That could have been done from anywhere in the world. So, yeah. So where is he? I think he's still in the UK. I think he's parked up in Scotland. So that's where he's at, and that's where the Zoom call came from. And then I also had the pleasure of tuning into Piers Morgan this morning, and he really was going at it with Tessa Dunlop and another news personality. I didn't get the other name. It was on Piers's show, Uncensored. Of course, Tessa is being very sympathetic to the California couple. And Piers is calling her out on all the nonsense that they pulled, and she's feebly trying to defend them. If you want a good laugh, look at it, go find it. It's Piers Morgan. It's his Uncensored program, and it's being rebroadcast on GB News and Sky News Australia, bits and pieces. So if you can find the entire segment, it's worth it. Otherwise, you're going to be finding it chopped to bits and pieces. The other person that Piers had the opportunity that he talked to, and so did Tucker Carlson, is a guy by the name of Larry Elder. He's radio personality out of California. He had an unsuccessful bid to unseat Gavin Newsom as governor, and I kind of looked around and checked up on this guy. Like me, he's the child of a World War II veteran who served in the Pacific Theater, and he's got common sense like I do, and he's calling things out. So I think we should keep an eye on him and kind of nudge Donald that, hey, this guy might be a good person to slide in as your VP. Larry's got recognition pretty much nationwide. He's a straight shooter. He can talk the talk and walk the walk. So I think we should keep our eyes on him also. I think it might be a really good platform because he doesn't put up with nonsense. Not at all. Now, speaking of not tolerating nonsense, I caught on the early morning news here in Chicago that, yeah, the ghetto monsters, and this is what this ghetto monsters is not my phrase, but it's the phrase of the Lyft driver that I had yesterday who was brown-skinned, how he described them. He said, yeah, they're going to try and take over a couple other shopping areas in the Chicago metro area tonight and tomorrow. So he said, he goes, I'm avoiding those areas. If I have a drop off in there, I'm shutting down my app till I can get out of there. And he does not, if he does have to take a fare into the city, he shuts his app down till he can get out of the sketchy areas. And he hangs out around his own neighborhood area. And because I was being picked up at a major medical center attached to a hospital yesterday, he knew he didn't have any reservations about picking somebody up at that hospital. And he was a great guy. Can't say who he is or his license plate number, but I did tell him I had a YouTube channel. So if he sees it today, I'm like, hey, great job. But yeah, we were talking about the kids and them going bananas, and he's like, he goes, if I see somebody that looks like that, he goes, he doesn't take the ride. He doesn't risk his life. And this guy is pretty big and husky. So he's like, I'm not doing it. But what I heard on the news this morning, now a couple gentlemen have gotten on and said, well, we're gathering as many fathers of color, and they're tapping into the the apps that are being blitzed out to all these children, these delinquent children, for where they're meeting up at. And basically, they said these guys, these dads, older gentlemen, we're going to be there with the police to help straighten out these kids and to assist. And if we see a kid, we will go and grab them and hold them till they can be get bracelets and put in the paddy wagon. Or pretty soon they're going to have to change the name because people are going to say, oh, that's drug. No, they won't, because paddy wagon that got to be named because back in I want to say about a century ago, quite often a group of people who came to escape the potato famine they would have a little bit too much to drink, start fights, and they would have to toss them into a wagon to take them to the local police station, throw them in a communal cell until they sobered up. And usually the people doing that were from a certain ethnic group that was nicknamed Paddies. So that's how it got the name Paddy Wagon. But yeah, this group of gentlemen, they are calling out for other gentlemen of color to join them in standing tall with the local police departments up against these delinquent teenagers and young adults. So, yeah, I'm not feeling too great today, so this is a short one, and I hope everybody has a good Friday. Go Shabbos. Tomorrow, yes, the 22nd of April is the 4th Saturday of the month. I will be doing a live chat at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, thank you for watching today. Don't forget all the YT stuff. It's like, subscribe, share, You're an adult. I don't have to tell you what to do. So, talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.